Hi, it's George from Bigger But Bold, the mindset for success. And today I want to talk to you about a huge trap that we are all caught up in. No one is exempt from this trap. And the trap is this: it's the human being. It's the human physical form, the brain, the central nervous system, the physical being. And it's trapping us into a state of survival. You see, evolution and nature don't care about our success. They don't care about us exceeding our own expectations and succeeding beyond anything we can imagine. They don't care about any of that. What it cares about is surviving long enough so that we can pass on our genes and the species can continue. It's a huge trap. We are not built for abundance. We are not built for huge success. We are built for just enough. We're built to do enough and have enough to survive. Once we find a way of surviving in this world, then evolution and nature has a whole mechanism in place in here, mindset mechanics, that keeps us stuck in that place. So unless we deliberately get involved, unless we deliberately start to get involved in our own life and start to influence these systems that are already manipulating us into averageness and into mediocrity, then we're going to continue to play out a life of survival as opposed to playing out a life of thriving and success and ultimate achievement that you want out of life, whatever that is for you. So we need to break free of this trap. 99% typically of everything you think, feel and do is unconscious. Even when you're most lucid and most awake and most alert, 95% of everything you think, feel and do is unconscious. What that means is that we are playing out unconscious, habitual patterns of behavior, both thought, both in terms of our feelings and in terms of our actions that we're taking. And that's going to be getting us a predetermined result, which is pretty much what you've got right now in your life. Look at your life. Whether you love it or you hate it or anything in the middle, it's a direct reflection of the habits that are playing out unconsciously every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every year. And that is manipulated by survival first. So if we want to go beyond survival, if we want to go into thriving, or even beyond thriving to ultimate success and achievement, we need to get involved in the game. We need to influence the systems that are manipulating us. It's a phrase that you'll hear me say over and over again if ever you hear me speak. We are being manipulated by evolutionary systems, biomechanics that sit in our brain that emotionally dictate to us how we feel and what we do and what action we take and what we don't do and everything else. And it's manipulating us into a place of safety. And most of us, safety is very average, it's very mediocre, and it can be very frustrating. What we want to do is we want to blast through that plateau and go into a place where we are ultimately successful, even hugely successful, hugely happy, have an amazing experience. And that is not going to happen by accident. Okay, if we don't naturally have the influences around us that manipulate us into that high achieving state, we need to go out and be that person for ourselves. Most people didn't have that role model on what it was like to be hugely successful and achieve huge results and to be hugely satisfied and fulfilled and happy in their lives. So we don't know how to do it. So we have to go out and learn how to do it, and then we need to influence down the system. In other words, our conscious selves, the bits that you think is you and the bit that I think is me, the bit I'm talking with and the bit you're listening with, we need to influence downstream to the unconscious mind that is in control of nearly everything you think, feel and do, so that we can align that to think, feel and do what we want it to think, feel and do, to take the action that we need it to take to get us to a place where our life is fulfilled and we're having the experience that we want and the success that we want. So remember, we want to sit on top of the system and we want to influence down, align the unconscious mind to take the action that we need to take to create the experience we want in our life, and then it fills back our cup as an experience. And also the outside world starts to change, it starts to materialize into the success and a reflection of that achievement, which also gives us the reflection of the experience that we want to have out of life. Pretty heavy. I normally take about an hour to describe this process. I hope I've managed to get it across in the 5 minutes that I'm talking to you right now. Okay, the conscious self can influence the unconscious. It can't control the unconscious, it can't even control the body. It influences the unconscious to create an unconscious reaction, if you like, which is to create the thoughts, feeling and behaviors that create the outcome that we want, that directly magnify the experience and the life that we want to achieve back at us. Stop being a victim of your unconscious mind's desire to just keep you safe at all costs. Get outside of that, influence it, and start creating a life of real achievement, real success, but ultimately, of course, fulfillment, the experience of success. Until next time, be successful.